Okay, I'm just going to say it. Intuition is not a gift. It's not a gift. I stopped using that word a long time ago when describing intuition, and I now use the word ability. There's a big reason for this, and then there's some underlining reasons why I say this that I'm going to share with you that you might not have thought of, but energetically, they're really going to be helpful. Okay, here we go. Intuition's not a gift. And it's been sort of a pop culture term that's gone around because there was a time when mediums and psychics were seen as very different or very unusual, or they're different than me, and it was really kind of this vibe that was in pop culture that some people have it and some people don't. You've heard, I'm sure, the analogy of like Beethoven. Well, everyone can learn to play the piano, but then there's Beethoven. So it doesn't line up with that. It doesn't line up with that analogy because it's a natural sixth sense that we all have. Now, the big picture piece that I want to go over that is probably the more obvious one is this. Everyone has intuitive abilities, strong, accurate, intuitive abilities. Why is it that you see some people on television and they're like amazing, and then you're sitting there going, I can't do what they can do? Again, some of it is pop culture. Some of it has been like, this person's great at it, and that's what makes them special. It's the special factor. But more so, it's not that. It's that's what they came down here to do. That's their purpose, their mission. It's part of their life path, is to help open up others and help others to heal through readings and sessions like this. This is their job. Like, this is what they're good at because they do it all the time. And it's a part of their mission. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean you don't have access to the same level of intuition or accurate hits that you see maybe a professional get. You do. You're just not focused on it. And it's also not part of your overall mission here on this planet. When we look at it that way, it's a calling or it's not a calling. Some people use it to help others. Some people use it just for themselves, which is both are perfectly fine. We shouldn't have an entire world of professional intuitives. No one would ever get a reading because why? You wouldn't need it. But when it comes to the idea of intuition, it is a natural sixth sense. You've got taste buds, you can taste, you have intuition, you can get intuitive messages. And everyone used intuition throughout thousands of years, right? And then pop culture kind of shifted and the message shifted. You shouldn't have that direct connection. Intuition isn't real. That's woo-woo. That's not, and so a lot of that stuff came into our world. That's fine. It's part of the process. It's part of how everything unfolded. But it's delivered a message to some people that they are not intuitive or that they don't have access to intuitive abilities, when the truth is every single person does. A little bit about my backstory, and then I'm going to tell you a couple little underlining things that you might not have thought of that might be very helpful. For me, I was in my early 30s when I opened up. And before that, if you haven't met me yet, and you hadn't heard the story yet, I was a complete skeptic. I have a math degree from college. I have a bachelor's in science and mathematics. 1 + 1 was 2. I was business oriented. I had no spirituality, no religion in my world whatsoever. I did not have intuitive moments. I did not have I didn't hear, see, feel anything. I was that closed off. My grandmother passed away. Within a very short time of her passing, that very same day, she showed up in my living room, transparent, but solid enough, 70% solid. And I was frightened. Because that's, the stuff we only see on TV or in movies, that's not real. And it took me some time to step into it and try to figure out if it was grief or if it was real. And I ended up getting so much proof I couldn't turn away. Next thing you know, I'm working with my spiritual guide. And for 2 years, he walked me through uncovering the very specific things that were blocking my intuition. And as I pulled each of those away, and as I followed his instruction and tried doing things this way, then this way, then this way, then this way, because, you know, he had some pretty specific instructions, all of a sudden my intuition just opened up. Next thing you know, I'm working as a professional intuitive, professional medium for years. Then, you know, well, while I was working as a professional intuitive, I started teaching others how to open up their intuition by giving them the exact same formula that my guide gave me, the skeptic, non-spiritual, non-religious, mathematical, science-based, business-oriented kind of person who went from that to professional intuitive, booked out months and just had clients. And it was wonderful. There was a lot of people I was helping. I loved it. Great people, all that kind of stuff that I met. I still, to this day, meet amazing people. Focused a little more on teaching now, but I meet amazing people. And if I can open up to that level of intuition, you can. All right. It's a matter of understanding how to open up to it. Because if we just try, you know, we're not identifying the blocks that are in the way. We're not identifying the pattern and our unique flow of our sixth sense. So it's not that the person up on stage who's amazing and helping people and getting all these incredible intuitive hits. It's not that they have a gift. It's that they have a calling to hone their sixth sense and use it to help people, which is special in itself. That's amazing. It's a beautiful thing that they do. It's a beautiful thing, but it doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't mean you can't hone that intuition and hone that sixth sense is more so how I want to say it, because I want you to understand this is natural. This is natural for all of us. I would never believe this myself before. It'd be like, well, no, that's special because it's on TV. No, it's all of us. We're all intuitive. We all have access to it. Now, here are the other pieces that I want to kind of relay to you to open up maybe some thought process around this. I want you to, when you find yourself saying it's a gift, so maybe you're opening up intuitively, or you are opening up, or you already have, there we go, it's a better way to say it, and you're using your intuition on a regular basis, or you're working toward doing it, perhaps that's the case. If you catch yourself saying, I'm so grateful for my gift and that I can use it to help people, first off, just try to catch yourself and then change the word from gift to ability. Here's a few things that are going to happen when you do that. It's going to take it out of the category of this special thing that you got, you particularly one person got, and it's going to bring it into what it really is, something that wasn't given to you. It wasn't a gift given to you. It is something that is within you, aligned with you, wired into you energetically. It's a part of you. These amazing, incredible experiences are you. It's not something that someone gave you or some source gave you or anything like this. It's you, which is 10 times cooler than, you know, anything else. You know, I would rather know that this is coming from within and it's a part of who I am in my essence than this thing that came, you know, from the outside. So that's one piece. The other piece is that when you start to use the word ability, then the people around you are more free to think of it in a wider term. They're more free to think that maybe they could do it too. Now, I'm a big believer that we are here to lift each other up. Take a look around these last couple of years. Okay, the world is changing, and we're stepping more into compassion, and that's part of the spiritual flow right now. And a big part of that is helping each other and lifting each other up. So by using the word ability instead of gift, you're opening up that possibility for someone else to think in terms of, oh, they've honed their ability or their sixth sense. It's even better, but they've honed that sixth sense. Maybe I could too. When we use the word gift, there's no fault at it. There's no poo-poo on this word. I'm not trying to turn it into a bad word in any way, shape, or form. But the person hearing you say the word gift thinks, oh, they have it, I don't. And so when you start to use the word ability, my ability to play the piano, a person says, oh, I could develop that ability. My gift of playing the piano, oh, I don't have that gift. It's very different. And it's kind of neat because it's a ripple effect that goes out into the world that says, you know, you can do this too. And the more people that hear that, and the more people that start to be to trust their intuition and be able to link into it and use it for their own personal guidance and personal just life flow, the better it's going to be. Will everyone turn into a professional? No. So all you professionals out there, I want you to start telling your clients they can access their intuition too. Because it's not like you're going to, you know, it's not like I said, we're not all going to turn into professional intuitives, but everyone's life is going to get a little bit better. This globe is going to get a little bit better when more and more and more of us go back to that natural state of accessing not a gift, but our sixth sense. That is a beautiful thing. So it's lifting others up. And when you use the word ability, it's owning it instead of welcoming something from the outside in. It's owning that it's already there for you. Believe me, that is going to expand it even more. So just by changing one simple word, we're going to do a bunch of things. We're going to do a bunch of things. We're going to lift others up, show them the possibility of what could be. We're going to spread a little bit more love. We're going to own it. And when we own it, that alignment is going to increase our intuition. And we're going to understand a little bit better how, when we all step into our uniqueness and are aligned within ourselves and allowing the possibility of all six senses to be there for us, you'll start to have more and more and more intuitive experiences. So just a perspective shift, just a little bloop, by changing one word, can do a lot of really cool things, Plus, you're intuitive because you're awesome. You're intuitive because you're you. You can taste cookies and, you know, and I don't know, feel that finger. I don't know. You've got other senses too. This is a part of you, and all of that is what makes you special. Everything about you is what makes you amazing. Everything. So if you do want to use the word gift, please use it in the sense of like everything's a gift. You know, everything about me is a gift. My humor is a gift. My good looks are a gift. My sight's a gift. You know, I'll get on board with that. But if it's just for the one sense that's already there and is natural and is within everyone, and everyone can access it and everyone can get intuitive guidance for themselves, then it's ability that you focused on, and be grateful for it. And thank you for focusing on that ability. Thank you for focusing on it for a couple of reasons. Number one, it makes my heart feel better knowing that your path is going to be more in the flow, meaning the lows aren't going to be as low because you're accessing your intuition for guidance. So thank you for that, because it warms my heart knowing that you've taken that step. But also thank you because honing your intuition, accessing your intuition is going to give you the guidance that you need to make more of a difference in the world. And this doesn't necessarily mean through intuitive readings. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a professional medium or a professional, psychic or anything like that. You're going to make a difference in the world doing what you want to do, whether it's helping children or farming or gardening or working in a nursing home or being an accountant, or a lawyer, or you're making a difference in people's worlds. And if you have your intuition open and you're working on that, you're going to make even more of a difference. Everything's going to go a little bit smoother, right? You can think you're going to get from A to B a little bit faster, and think of how that positively affects the people around you, which is awesome. And then it positively affects you even more because you're using your intuition, you're stepping on the right path. You're gaining this for yourself. You're gaining access to your sixth sense for yourself. And the guidance is helping you in such a beautiful way that it'll raise your vibration, heal some stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's going to help you with a little bit of that. That's going to improve your relationships, improve your life path, and improve just your overall experience while you're here. It's a beautiful thing. So good job accessing your sixth sense. I'm glad you have that ability. And if you haven't opened up that ability yet, know that you can. Every one of us can.